Anyone else find this strange? Hayden Panettiere passed away at the age of 36.
I finally feel like I have shaken off all of this darkness and this negativity, and that means that I've closed one door and another door is opened, and I can feel all the exciting possibilities of a lot more life to live.
At the age of 36. And what is strange about all of this is she's best known for her role as Kirby Reed in the Scream series, right? And the last time she played the role of Kirby Reed was in Scream 6 3 years ago. And she passed away at 36. 3 6s. Something else very strange about all of this is her childhood home returned to the market in 2026, and it was listed for $3.6 million. Again, 36 is the age that she passed away. And she passed away on the 228th day of the year. And that is always associated with people passing away based on gematria. Something really seems off about all of this, because keep in mind, her brother mysteriously passed away 3 years ago also. And again, 3 years ago, she also played in Scream 6. And now 3 years later, she passes away at the age of 36. I don't know, to me, something ain't right about all of this. It's really not. But again, rest in peace to Hayden Panettiere.
Yes, this actually exposed Hollywood to a lover not seen in a long time. This lady just passed away. She recently had an interview where she actually exposed something that I don't know if you've seen it. A lot of people are already calling it out on social media. I'm not saying this is why she passed away, but this is extremely concerning because we have been calling out Hollywood on this platform for a very long time. There is something happening. Hayden just passed away at 36, 3 months after her bombshell exposure of the elite Hollywood. Above all, she was a mom. She lived behind her daughter, Kaya, barely 3 months after she finally spoke up. In her new book on that Jay Shetty podcast, she told the world what happened when she was 18 and Heroes was exploding.
All of them.
You write about a moment in your career where a friend of yours takes you onto a boat. You're led to a room which has an older man in it, and then basically told to perform sexual acts and,
Oh yeah. Perspective completely shifted, and I realized that I was in danger. But by the time I'd realized I was in danger, I was quite literally out to sea. And it was that moment shook me and was shocking. And I was quite literally walked down, and I had been having a great time. There was no hints of anything like that happening. So it took me, I was shocked. It took me by surprise. And it was led by somebody that I had grown to trust and see as a protector and somebody who had my back. And to be walked down, down the stairs, and it was as like a surprise, presented as though it was like a surprise, and it was this very small room, and she physically put me in the bed next to this undressed man who was very famous, and had his hands like this, like.
Yes, let me say this before we proceed. If you've been watching me for a very long time, I don't always like to push some kind of conspiracy when something happened. I always like to report just the truth. Taking a look at what people are attributing to this is as a result of this interview you just saw.
For him, this is something that happens all the time, and I waited for her to leave, and I I mean, that lion in me, that fire in me, that my hair stood on end, and I became ferocious. I was like, this is not happening. But I had nowhere to hide, and I bolted, and I hid wherever I had been crying. Once people figured out that I could cry on cue the way that I did, it was in everything, literally every scene. And it went from being a kid and having to imagine just that your pet passed away or something. But then as I got older, the imagery became darker and darker and darker, and the emotion that I had to hold within me in order to get those trigger tears going, and it became harder and harder to jump out of it. I didn't know where my character started and where I ended, you know,
and where it began.
Just enmeshed.
But what was interesting to me, Hayden, you said you began to associate those overtop
Yes, the New York Times recently posted this, and Brandon actually shared it on X. New details are emerging in the passing of actress Hayden at 36. According to 9/11 dispatch audio, emergency crew responded to a Greenview, South Carolina apartment of what described as a suspected of induced cardiac with CPR already underway. This is concerning, right? If you watch all this interview she had here, you realize there was something, going on. She met someone in that boat that is too powerful. And we don't know if it's Hollywood because she did not specify that. And it has now triggered people to attribute this to something which I can't even say on this video.
I will say it was a very therapeutic experience. I've been writing it for about 2 years, and it's terrifying all at the same time. I mean, I put it all out there. I was like, if I'm going to do this,
And emergency medical service workers responded to a call about a person in cardiac arrest and an unresponsive female. And law enforcement sources told TMZ Hayden's friend called 911 at 1:51 p.m. Sunday to report that the actress was unresponsive and in cardiac arrest inside the residence in Greenville, South Carolina. And in the 911 dispatch audio obtained by TMZ, you hear responders sending medics to her location to perform CPR on someone who OD'd. It's unclear if Hayden's on-again, off-again boyfriend, Brian Hickerson, placed the call. Greenville police officers and EMS workers quickly responded, and paramedics attempted to resuscitate Hayden using advanced cardiac life support. Our sources say this treatment builds on CPR by adding special medicines, breathing tubes, and heart rhythm tracking. And in this photo, you can see a fire truck and multiple ambulances outside the South Carolina residence where Hayden was found unresponsive.
Yes, I believe that is actually the truth, what we are finding out. And if you see a lot of people attributing her passing to something else that I don't know, I was just reporting so you can see exactly what people are saying on social media versus the truth. We are still to find out. I will continue to update you on what is going on exactly. So please share the video, and if possible, hit up the little comment clips on this channel. I saw the short clips at the end. That's what I'm going to take. Always skip.
Much she enjoys celebrating. She took it well. She said she just wants to spend more time with her husband, the Grinch. Be happy that the crazy lady.
Thing is, can you?
Quick question: if you're here tonight,
Whatever it is
bring it
zero
up
to do with
because
me.
it sounds.
explain what happens when people know.
They were releasing how much 40 years old that the sun and the moon were not the same thing.
Us wants to know the strangest part of going.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's so.
wow.
Dust Blossom turned into this fabulous actress.
Sunny from The View. I am so sick of you and Whoopi.
Don't do it. Yeah. We will be okay if you.
Diversity for diversity's sake being crammed down our throats.
The Hunger Games.
Loves to work. It's, I had a group of guys,
Is cool. And of that, you.
All eyes on California
people.
And so this is my
Antinous, Odysseus,
Telemachus. This clip of Elliot Page is going to be what takes the Odyssey movie.
For my new subscribers, I'm called Ransom. That is my real name.